Hello and welcome back, everyone, to the Bullwinkle Blueprint. I hope you're all having an amazing day. It's Sunday, the weekend has come and gone. Make sure you're subscribed and following because the next few months in crypto is going to be absolutely insane. And today, oh man, today we might just witness one of the biggest unintentional reveals in XRP history, straight from Ripple's own CTO, David Schwartz. A slip, a hint, a peek behind the curtain at what XRP's actual endgame looks like. If you've been waiting for this moment where the XRP ledger's long-term strategy finally snaps into focus, this is the video, folks. Let's dive in. Here you go. We're going to listen to the clip. You can see it up on your screen. My first reaction from this, David just said the quiet part out loud. He's probably has held this in for so long. XRP isn't trying to be Ethereum. It's trying to surpass it by avoiding Ethereum's problems. Listen.
I do think Ripple probably should have prioritized smart contracts at layer one sooner. We didn't. We were more skeptical, and I think the big thing that we missed was that small steps would be useful. That we didn't have to be the best platform for smart contracts, and people would still be able to use those smart contracts both to distinguish their features, implement their business logic, and to tie existing features together. You know, an AMM is great, but if it's not connected to anything else, it's not as great. It's nice to be able to sort of connect things together with business logic, distinguish functions, because today, developers, if they want to build in the XRP ledger space, they either have to build XRP ledger features, which has a massive barrier to entry, and then, get them accepted by amendment, which is, extremely difficult. And it has to be something with mass appeal, or basically all they can build are wallets and user interfaces. Now, wallets and user interfaces are important, but it's hard to build a business around a wallet or a user interface. And if you can distinguish your actual financial products on chain, that makes it, a much better experience and a much better platform for them to develop on.
So David's breaking down everything behind XLS 101 and the XRP ledger's new smart contract layer. And do you notice the way that he actually frames it? He says, not we need everything, and not we're building the most complex VM on earth, but just enough programmability to supercharge native features. That's huge, everyone. It tells you exactly what Ripple's long-term approach is. Not maximum complexity, maximum safety, scalability, and of course, institutional reliability. This is what the banks want. This is what adoption requires. And David basically confirmed that the XRP ledger programmability will expand without turning the whole protocol into a security nightmare. And then the real bomb drops. He stated that by keeping smart contracts intentionally limited, future upgrades won't require protocol level amendments. That is massive for one reason and one reason only. It means institutions can build without fearing that the ground will shift from under them. Predictability equals adoption. Stability equals trust. This is how you design a settlement layer for the world, not just another DeFi playground, everyone. This wasn't just any video clip. This was the blueprint. Your momentum is rising, but let's go deeper into this because we're seeing this right now. Account sets, the transactions are through the roof. My reaction to this is very simple. Someone is setting the table and they're setting it fast. Now, if you don't know what account sets are, we're talking about, this is huge. Account set transactions, they're not retail. Regular users don't spin up dozens or hundreds of wallets configuring a multi-signature, key rotation, flags, domains, custodian settings. They don't do that, right? Me and you, we don't do it. We spin a wallet up, we write the keys down, we're done with it. This right here, this is institutional behavior. Full stop. There is an institution out there who is spinning up hundreds of wallets. BitGo, they just did this months ago. They were bulk preparing wallets for the clients. It's not them right now. Someone else just started warming up. The question is who? We're going to find out, trust me. So ask yourself this question. Who preps hundreds of accounts at once? Who needs multi-sig at scale? Who needs enterprise security policies baked into every account? Well, it's simple. Exchanges, custodians, banks, ETF partners, everyone. This is the kind of activity that you see before new products go live or large pool of assets move onto a chain. And you combine this with David's comments, you're seeing the infrastructure quietly lock into place, everyone. It's about to get wild out there. Let's do a quick market check. Bitcoin, $91,336. ETH coming in at $3,011. XRP, $2.19. Look, nothing crazy on the surface, but we know that the liquidity pressure is building underneath, and it ties directly into what we are about to cover next. And don't forget, folks, xrprightnow.com. Don't forget it, pin it, favorite it, do what you got to do. Every piece of Ripple and XRP news every single day. 15 to 20 articles. Plus, we got the XRP ETF tracker, a thing of beauty, and we are working on some updates. We should have them done today. Stay tuned for that. But I got everything you need, a one-stop shop, which gets us over to this. Coinbase Premium Index. What does this mean? It's simple. The US buying pressure has returned, folks. That's right. This is the moment that everyone missed because people look at this and they just go right over it. They don't care about this. When your US buying pressure flips positive, and I'll blow this up for you looking at the screen, you can see the green. That's it flipping positive, red to green, right? That's not noise. That is capital waking up again. That's Americans re-entering the market after sitting on the sidelines. And US flows matter more than most people they care to realize. Because when your American demand comes back online, liquidity deepens, volatility jumps, and trend reversals, they start to get violent. This is fresh fuel entering the system right as your global markets are sitting in extreme fear. That is the exact cocktail that leads to explosive upside moves, especially in assets sitting at suppressed valuations like XRP. This is like someone flicked the on switch under the US market. You know what? And it came at the perfect time for where we're going next about the Bitcoin bottom set them up. Now, folks, you know the saying that they say out there. When there's fear, you buy. When there's greed, you sell. It's that simple. We have extreme fear in the markets, and what are people doing? They are starting to buy. That's the playbook. I've always told you, crypto's an easy game, right? Buy low, sell high. Buy fear, sell greed. That's it. Now let's jump over to this. Bitcoin's chart from Thanksgiving. Excuse me. This is your classic reversal structure. Heavy selling, capitulation, stealth accumulation, RSI collapse, and a violent snapback. Traders, they're puking positions right now. Sentiment, it's dead out there. I've never seen the sentiment so low before. Everyone thinks it's going lower. Everyone. And that's when smart money, that's when it rotates in. This setup historically is where Bitcoin forms local or even its cycle bottoms. And the analysts are targeting anywhere from 100 to 110,000 for a relief rally. Isn't it insane? It's actually conservative given how compressed volatility is. I mean, look at these charts from Thanksgiving 2017. That was a bull run year. 2020, bull run year. Then you can see the past 3 years, right? Thanksgiving. And what has happened after every time? Just moves to the upside, folks. Moves to the upsides. But this is where your tension really rises in the markets, okay? Think about this. If Bitcoin begins a post-holiday bounce, plus you have US buying pressure surging, plus you get institutions quietly configuring the XRP wallets in bulk, plus you get XRP ledger upgrades, remove future amendment risk, You're not just watching random events happen. You are watching a macro and micro alignment all happening at the same time. Markets don't give these signals often, but when they do, they don't do them by accident, everyone. Think about all that. When you connect all of these signals, David's smart contract philosophy, your institutional wallet prep, the return of US buying pressure, the Bitcoin bottom setup, and Ripple's message on tokenization, which I didn't even get to. I'll get to in the next video. The picture becomes very, very clear. XRP isn't preparing for a narrative shift. It is preparing for a structural shift, a shift where tokenized assets need a safe, predictable, scalable settlement rails. And the XRP ledger is positioning itself as that backbone. Most people won't understand what just happened in these tweets. They won't get it. They'll look and scroll right past them. But those paying attention, they can feel it. Something big is loading. Thanks for watching, folks. Stay tuned. Make sure you hit that thumbs up on your way out. And I'll see all y'all in the next one.